or no?
I think
Okay,
so.
now
Yeah,
it's
I'm
recording.
recording.
Okay, another edition.
It's like, yeah, you see me? You know what's up?
The
You
crickets
know what's up,
died.
baby?
Yeah. You hear me, bro? Or you what you call it? Or
I
are
hear
you?
you. I
Okay,
hear you.
so Yoni, here is the problem with your joke, man. That you said that we constantly play.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm just setting
Uh,
up. What I'm doing is that on my stream, you see like your camera is much bigger and then you don't see me at all. So I'm putting me like I'm just adding a camera. So you see me twice now, which is kind of weird. But okay, it's all good.
what's wrong with my camera? What's wrong with my camera? What?
No, there's nothing wrong with your camera, Habibi. There's nothing wrong with your camera. I'm saying is that in the Zoom you see like your camera like really big and you know what I mean?
Well, on mine, it's the opposite. Yours is bigger than mine. That's how it's supposed to be, I think.
I know, so I'm changing that for my stream.
Ah, I see. Okay, do what you got to
There's a
do, my
little
dude.
different thing going on.
Okay. So since technically you're on my podcast, you have to respect the show. Unless you're gonna tell me
Shit.
God promised you my podcast 3,000 years ago. So pause that, bro. We're having a serious discussion, my dude. We're having a serious discussion. Huh?
It's not a function. You don't know there's always an issue and we start. Okay, we know we're good, we're good.
Okay. So
We're good.
Sergeant looking Greek to detective.
yo, pause it, bro. Oh my God,
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry, my bad, my bad.
You got to
I
respect the
thought,
show, okay? You have to
okay, I'm
respect. This is
focused. I'm
Clash and
in.
Mash podcast, bro. Anyway,
Okay, let's just get
so
let's get it. Give me three, two.
you sound like a
Let's
double audio, bro. I hear you twice.
do
What?
you hear the audio?
Like I hear you, but you sound like a double.
Okay,
Just talk by yourself, bro. Do you need that microphone? Like, come on, man.
okay, what's this? What about now?
Okay, talk. Say something. Say itahmar.
Come on.
Okay, talk like that exactly. Do not add any microphone or anything like that. Okay, so let's go to the
Okay,
question. Let's go to the question. The question I have for you is the following. You with that joke, you said that Palestinians play victim. I mean, I don't know people who play victim more than your people, because every time the Palestinians respond and they kick your ass like they did on October 7th and during this war, you guys cry, "Oh my God, anti-Semitism, Hamas, Hamas." And then after that, when you get, kicked out from all over the world, you guys blame everybody. There was one rabbi I was listening to. He's like, we got kicked out of 109 countries. And at some point, you have to ask yourself, are we the problem? And then, logically, we are the problem, but we aren't. So my question to you, Yoni, is, aren't the Israelis playing victim? Because the Israelis have been oppressing the Palestinian people for years before October 7th. October 7th did not happen. What? Well, what?
That's what you're doing. You just missing. You said
Yo, clean the audio, bro. Clean the audio. I can't even understand what you're saying. Clean the audio, bro. Just use your voice. In the beginning, I heard you good, but I don't know what's wrong, bro. Like, use your normal voice. Use the regular mic from your phone or something. That's what I'm doing. Say something. Continue your what you call it? Your argument. Continue.
Do you hear me now?
Now I hear you good, but speak a little like slow, because when you talk too fast, the audio doesn't come out good. So
Do you hear me good now, though?
yes, I hear you good.
Okay, fine. So
Okay.
this is what I'm saying, okay?
Okay, what are you saying?
Okay, is that we don't consider being oppressed. That's what you guys do. It's professional. Okay, so you did October 7th. You think because of Jackson. You think because of the thing fucking got rid of it. But you think October 7th was
Well, yo, seriously, right now, you gotta fix the audio, bro. What's wrong with your audio? I'm being dead serious right now. You gotta fix the audio, bro. Like, if we're gonna debate, your audio has to be good. How am I gonna understand you if in the audio you speak like a chimpanzee? You know, you have to fix the audio, bro. Just use the regular mic because I hear you twice. Just talk with the regular mic of whatever you're using, the laptop, the phone, whatever you're using.
How do you hear me now?
Okay, now it's good. So speak like exactly how you're speaking right now. Speak like that, please. I don't want any.
Are you sure it's good?
Now it's good. Now it's good. Keep talking. Keep talking. Now we got you crystal clear.
Okay. I feel like you really want to hear what I have to say, huh? I appreciate
Yes,
it.
of course, we have to hear correctly. You know, we don't want to go put you. We don't want to put you on YouTube and like, oh my God, you're anti-Semitic. You play with the audio. So that's why. Because I know you people, you know, you play that trick. You know, if something doesn't come out right, oh, it's Amos the anti-Semite strikes again. But continue.
But you are Jewish.
I mean, yes, the Palestinians are a Semitic people. I am proud of that. So you saying that we're anti-Semitic is in itself an anti-Semitic statement. So
I don't say it. Let's go back to the victim thing. Let's go back to the victim thing. So
okay, so go back to what you were saying. Go back. So let's refresh the question.
Also, I don't use anti-Semitic. I don't use anti-Semitic. If you're a Jew hater, you're a Jew hater. Anti-Semites is like I don't use that phrase. It's not for me.
Okay, so let's go back because the audience, you know, they might forget the question.
But do you know where the whole thing? Okay, I'm gonna go back. The whole thing of anti-Semites started. Where in Germany and in Poland they called us Semites because they weren't white, and now they're like, oh, then we go to the Middle East, and like, no, go back to Poland. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's because of what happened. Again, you guys came to our land and kicked us out. But continue. Make your argument.
Okay, you guys are victims.
Yes,
because all you do is complain. Is exactly how you said. We're being occupied. We're being oppressed.
Yes, and then we fight back. It's simple.
Yeah, okay, yes. We don't cry about being occupied. We don't cry about being oppressed. We don't play victims. Okay, and then you guys do October 7th. Why
did we do October 7th, Yoni? Why did October 7th happen? Because you guys kept killing Palestinians. Okay, continue. October
7th. Okay, I'll write that after. But then you do October 7th. All you do is you rape women. You kill 3,300 people.
There was no rape, so that's a lie.
You put babies in ovens. You do this crazy shit.
That's what you did. All the babies in ovens. You know what's funny? In 1948, that's what you people did. That's what you people did. Yes, you did in the Nakba in 1948, and plus there's no evidence.
We didn't do shit. We didn't do shit. You guys tried to start out,
and we didn't do shit.
Okay, no one's gonna want to watch it for yelling over each other. No one's gonna want to watch it for yelling over each other.
All right. Okay, fine. You get 3 minutes. I could continue. Speak. You shall speak.
No, it's like you tell me, like, explain. But I'm saying, like, I have no problem being passionate, right? Like, we're both passionate about this stuff. But if we just yell, no one's gonna listen. You know.
Oh, okay, all right.
We're both Trump supporters. At least do good TV. You know what I mean?
I mean, after what Trump did, I don't know, man. My support for him is getting shaky. But continue.
I thought it would at some point.
Yeah. Okay, continue. So continue with your argument.
Okay, so all you did was you came in on October 7th. You killed 1,300 people. You raped women, babies in ovens, everything. Okay, you took an infant hostage and then you murdered him with their own hands. Okay, and then they're like, and then Israel responds, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's a genocide! Why do we deserve this? What happened? Why don't we deserve everything that's happening to us right now? It's a genocide. We're such innocent, beautiful people who just want peace in the world.
Okay,
and how did this happen to us? We're my God." Crying all day. All I hear from Palestinians is crying, playing victim.
Okay, so Mr. Yoni, let's break down your shape-shifty lies. This did not start October 7th. So what happened, Mr. Yoni, was
go somewhere more light. People can't see you.
I'm outside. It's dark. Look, I'm in the outside. It's dark, bro. Don't worry. I'm not in the tunnels or anything. I'm in the streets of New York. Okay? So
we're in the streets.
Yeah, we're in the streets of New York. Look, man, I use natural lighting. I can't afford, I'm not like you, rich. I have Zionist backers, I used nature. So anyway, let me go to my argument. So listen to my argument,
Looks like
Mr.
I'm looking
Yoni.
very luxurious.
Yeah. So, Mr. Yoni, with all due respect, let me break down your argument because it's shape shifting. So the argument, what's wrong with it is that the universe did not start October 7th, 2023. 2023 before October 7th was the most violent year. Let me finish. Did I interrupt you? Yeah, exactly. Shake it, like they say in your language. Shake it. So basically, Mr. Yoni, what happened before October 7th is that your army, your government has been oppressing Palestinians, doing pogroms in the West Bank, okay, and doing settlement building and killing Palestinians. And the Hamas was quiet. They didn't do nothing, Hamas. They didn't do nothing yet. And also in 2018, I'm speaking, okay? In 2018, in the March of Return, it was a peaceful march. You guys shot innocent people for protesting innocently for their rights. So basically, what October 7th was a response to the occupation and to the destruction and theft of Palestinian land and to throw and to destroy the plans that Israel had in the region. Also, you said that there was rape. The Israeli Attorney General, your government, I'm using Israeli sources, unless the Israeli AG is a self-hating Jew, which I think you're going to say, oh, she's Hamas. Maybe she's Hamas supporter. I don't know. She came and said there was no rape and there's no evidence of rape, number one. Number two, the 40 beheaded babies, that was a lie. That was debunked as usual. And on top of that, there was no throwing babies in ovens. However, in 1948, in the Nakba, you did throw babies in ovens. That has been proven. And you guys bombed people in Gaza. You killed civilians. You did not go after Hamas, and you did the Hannibal Directive, killing your own people. And 41 hostages also. There was 41 hostages in Gaza, and Netanyahu tried to kill them all because, he didn't want to do the exchange deal. He preferred to sacrifice his own people, that self-hating Jew, to stay in power. I mean, who hates his people more than Netanyahu, bro? This guy, Hamas doesn't need to kill the hostages. Netanyahu will do it for him, for them. Anyway, also, in conclusion, your people cried on October 7th and fought back on October 7th because you were gang banged. You were caught with your pants down, and you don't like it when when the oppressed respond to the oppressor, to the occupation. And lastly, you guys always say, oh, the victim, the Palestinians. Palestinians, generally we don't play victim. It's your people that always play the victim. Like, oh my God, why did October 7th happen? We don't deserve this. These Palestinians, why didn't they stay in the concentration camp? Well, guess what? Palestinians and paragliders have more balls than the IDF. They went and they destroyed the Nazi Zionist army, right? Which you guys had that coming. And you guys still didn't learn the lesson. You guys did not gain Gaza. You guys withdrew from the Netzarim corridor by force, thanks to the ceasefire that was signed, thanks to the efforts of the Palestinian military, and in somewhat Trump had a little to do with it. But don't come to me and cry when people who are oppressed respond. That's like me saying, you know what? Let me give you this.
Over 3 minutes.
I'm almost done. This is the last point. I swear to God, this is the last point. That's like me saying that, you know what? These Jews that are killing the Nazis in the Warsaw Ghetto and in all these concentration camps, they deserve to die. Why are they attacking the Germans? Why they are attacking the Germans? But when you put everything into context, it's because the Germans are oppressing them and doing the Holocaust on them. That's why they respond. So now you may talk because I am just. I am not a shape-shifty Zionist like you. Now you may speak.
Can I go now?
Yes, you can go. Yes.
Okay, your whole argument was fucking. I could break it down with just like one thing because it was so fucking.
Just break down the argument, man. Just break down the argument.
First of all, the whole thing of Palestinians being victims is we didn't do October 7th. It was Netanyahu Hannibal Directive. We did nothing. Blah blah blah. But you deserved it, and the good thing had happened, and blah blah blah. Okay, the whole thing. How could both things be true? How could both things? How could you have not done it?
I have a response, but continue.
It's ridiculous. First of all, it's so ridiculous that you can play both sides of the coin, and that's what Palestinians do. They just lie over here, they lie over here, they lie over here, over here, and they hope it comes back together. It's such a ridiculous tactic. I'm happy that you did this here so we could expose it live. Okay,
no problem.
Second of all, the UN came out with reports and said that there was most likely rape, so they looked at it.
Okay, most likely and likely is two different things. Either it happened or it didn't happen. If I go to court,
all the women that were raped were actually murdered and usually burnt alive afterwards, so it's hard to get 100% proof. Okay, but the UN said they're most likely
there's
rapes.
no proof.
A lot of newspapers and news outlets said that there's most likely rapes and that there's rapes. Okay, even stuff like the UN is always against Israel. The UN funds UNRWA, who's basically a member, part of Hamas.
It's not part of Hamas. Again, you don't know your history.
Yeah, they are. They had hostages in UN schools. They had hostages
no
inside
evidence.
UN
Yeah,
schools. No, they did. They had
I have a hostage on my ass. Come. I have a hostage according to Israel.
Why did you have to speak uninterrupted?
Oh, okay, fine. Continue.
Okay.
Yes. When you're done, let me know so we can respond.
UNRWA employees on October 7th stormed Israel. That's a fact.
So it wasn't Hamas. It was UNRWA.
Facilities to hold hostages. That's a fact. Okay.
Show me evidence. Show
they
me.
teach Hamas propaganda. That's a fact. Okay. UNRWA is basically part of Hamas, and even the UN, who funds UNRWA, said there was most likely rapes on October 7th. That's what we're standing on the rapes. Okay.
So hold on. Let me respond.
Secondly,
you continue. Okay, continue. Let's see. Continue.
Okay.
Yes.
I know history didn't start on October 7th, but also, my friend, history didn't start on 1948.
I agree.
It did not start on 1948.
Like you guys like to pretend in 1917. I don't pretend. I'm a historian, unlike you, but continue.
Okay, no. Continue. As you know, and as I've told you before, my grandfather survived the Hebron massacre of 1929. My great-grandfather, not my grandfather. My great-grandfather survived the Hebron massacre of 1929. Okay, so history did not start on 1948.
I agree. We could go way back, which we could go throughout this podcast. Hold on, wait.
What happened and things that happened in 1948.
But we have to do things in order. Wait, hold on. We have to do everything in order. So if we're gonna jump to 1948 and 1929, we'll do that in the next question. Huh? We'll do it in the next. Okay, continue. I'm just saying for the audience, we have to do everything in order. We can't just go, different parts of history. We have to put everything in order. But continue. I'm just saying it for the future, for other questions.
Okay, and no, I just want to say that you're saying that Israel does random terrorist attacks in the West Bank, which is almost laughable.
It's laughable. Okay, I'm gonna give you the receipts.
No, let me tell you. I'm in the middle of talking. Why can't you ever let me finish? I said it.
Continue.
Okay. Bullshit. So much fucking bullshit came pouring.
Okay, continue. Just continue. Give the argument. Continue and give the argument so I could respond.
Okay. So you like to pretend there's just random terrorist attacks that are happening inside Judea and Samaria.
It's the West Bank, but continue. Yeah, continue.
Inside Judea and Samaria, there's random attacks happening. Okay, and just random bombing of Gaza. Okay, well, let me remind you. Okay, of let's say the Fogel family in 2015, a terrorist came into their house in Itamar in Judea and Samaria. He came in. He killed on their baby. He killed their entire family.
Okay.
Let me tell you about.
Wait, stop for a second. We condemn that, but wait, we know what else happened in 2015. The Websha family, they were burned. Innocent family. There was only one child survivor. Do you condemn that?
Well, they did confirmed kill, so they're more barbaric. Yes, I condemn that, but I don't think you guys. Okay, I'm talking about numerous families, numerous attacks, stabbings in Jerusalem, shootings in the old city. I'm talking about an Efrat, a guy named Ari Fold was just shot leaving his house. I'm talking about constant terror within the Jewish community 24/7. And that's what I'm saying is because you guys just like to play victim and cry one side. Oh my God, they're so bad. These damn Jews can't stop. These damn Yehud, they can't stop.
Continue.
And a matter of fact is you guys, and I used to not say Palestinians for a while, but now I do like to say Palestinians because there's people who's just more violent and ruthless and crazy than the Palestinians. So I don't even want to say like Arabs because I feel like it's disrespectful to Arabs. You know what I mean?
Okay, first off, now let me respond because you've been going on for a long time with your rant. Let me break down your arguments one after the other. First off, in the West Bank, according to international law, the West Bank, the Golan Heights, and Gaza is occupied territory, and any land that is occupied, they still have the right to resist. Now,
when was it occupied though? When was it occupied?
Okay, it was occupied by Israel in 1967. That's when it was occupied.
Okay, what happened in 1967? What happened?
I have
This
to
is very
finish my
important.
point. No. Okay, since you want to go back, I will give the whole history lesson. Okay, because
In
now we have to turn
1967, they conquered it during the Six-Day War when the Arabs attacked them. Very important.
No, the Arabs didn't attack. The Arabs didn't attack. Now you're shape shifting. You're lying. You're shape shifting. What happened was Israel, Operation Opera, they were preparing for a Six-Day War since 1958. They've been training for it. Number one. Number two, October. Let's go back to the October 7th point and what's happening in the West Bank. The Palestinians, according to international law, have the right to resist, and the settlers in the West Bank, okay, which are armed and they are settlements.
Why do they have the right to? Why do Native Americans have the right to resist?
Well, the Native Americans today, if America went and attacked them today, if we're talking about international,
that's not even a good example. That's not even a good example.
Okay, I have a wait, because we're using internet. Do you believe in international law or no? Do you believe in the UN or no? Because guess what? Guess how Israel was created?
I don't believe in the
UN. Let me finish my point. Through the United Nations, right? Through the United Nations. That's how Israel was created.
You lost the territory war, which you started.
No, we did not. We didn't start the war. This war started by Israel.
We're gonna start. We called it
Israel started,
but you had troops on the border. You can attack Israel, Egypt.
No, let me give you the whole story.
Jordan,
let me give
Lebanon,
you the whole story. No.
And you lost the war still, and that's why Arabs can't stop crying.
Hello.
We win every time. We always win. All we do
you don't always win.
That's why DJ Khaled joined the Israeli forces. It's because all we do is win no matter what. Got money.
Because he's a fat fuck that got diddled by the Zionist lobby. That's why.
That if you want to win.
No. First off, you guys lost this war on October 7th. Your commanders came out. They said we did not meet our goals in destroying Hamas. You guys lost in South Lebanon with Hezbollah. You couldn't destroy them fully. They still have the same capabilities. Okay. The only area that you're winning right now is in Syria because Syria has their own problems they're dealing with. And Syria will be the Afghanistan of Israel, like Gaza was Afghanistan for Israel, because Israel will not stay there for long. I guarantee you that. Let me finish. Yeah. Of course. You guys are coming to take the resources, not coming to protect the Druze. The Druze made an agreement with the government just today. The Druze and the Kurds. The Druze and the Kurds inside Syria made an agreement with the Syrian government that they're going to be united and take care of them. Okay, that's number one. You're there to do the Greater Israel Project, the Yanon plan, which was published in the 80s. That's why you're there. Okay, which will not succeed. Second, we don't play victim, bro. You guys are occupying our land. You don't want Israelis to die. I have something very simple. Get the hell out of the West Bank. Get the hell out of Gaza. You don't have to stay in these areas. Very simple. Follow international law. Again. Let me finish my points because you gave so many BS points that I have to go one after the other. Okay, you brought up the Hebron massacre. Again, we condemn the Hebron massacre. But what was going on from 1917 onwards? The Zionists were coming into what was Palestine, building settlements, and they said this will be a Jewish land exclusively. Yes, the British came and they occupied it. You know why? This is what people don't tell. People don't tell the story. The Rothschilds.
They want it from the Turkish. They want it from the Turkish.
Okay, we know that. But before that, how did we reach that point? We have to understand how did we reach that point. How did we reach that point? Let me finish my point, bro. Let me finish that point. Let me finish my point. The British, they got in World War I because the Rothschilds told them, listen, give us Palestine, and we will get America involved in the war, which they did. And at the end, the British, they beat the Ottomans because the Ottomans refused to give Palestine up for a Jewish homeland because Theodore Herzl went to the Sultan Abdul Hamid in the 1900s, asked for it. He said, no, F off. And then we had World War I, and the British gave Palestine to the Zionists, even though it wasn't theirs to give. But continuing, the Hebron massacre was not justified. No, it's not their land, bro. The British, they were in no more.
When have you guys ever controlled the land ever?
We have controlled the land prior to 1917 under the Ottoman Empire.
Are you guys the Ottomans?
Yes.
Are you Ottoman now?
No.
You're not Palestinian. You're a Turk.
The Ottoman Empire had Arabs. Again, you don't understand history.
Why don't you go back to Turkey?
Let me finish. No. We're not. First of all, we're not from Turkey. Why don't you go back to Poland? You guys came from Poland and Germany and France.
How can I
be
the United States? If I'm Semitic, I'm not like Polish.
No, by your DNA. No, by your DNA, because I'm using your logic.
Do I look Polish to you?
I mean, to an extent, maybe. You're very white.
Look at this.
I'm going to continue.
There.
Yes, okay, good for you. Good
job. Is this like Polish?
Yes. Okay, maybe you're from the Caucasus. I don't know, but continuing. Let me finish my point. My point is that the Ottoman Empire controlled the majority of the land they controlled was Arab, and the Arabs were there, and they let the Arabs govern their affairs. Just like you had 50 states in the United States, right? That's like me saying New York was never an independent country, so me and the Arabs have the right to come here and build settlements and kick out the New Yorkers from here because New York was not a country. Well, people will tell me New York is part of 50 states, which is part of America. And most countries today, right? Most countries are not that old. For instance, Lebanon, Jordan, these are Western creations. Lebanon, Jordan. Was there Lebanon or Jordan before 1900? No. It was called Mount Lebanon, but it was not called a country. So most of the countries we see today are Western creations. Most of them. But they are,
just
but
like
they have strong.
Western creation.
Palestine is not a Western creation. That
it is a Western creation.
That name was used
it was just
for thousands of
just
years.
Like it is. You're proving my point the more you talk. All it was part of the Ottoman Empire.
You could go back to before the Roman Empire. The Arabs used it. The Umayyads, the Abbasids. The Arabs even built cities in Palestine. And quite frankly, before it was called Israel, if we're going to use your logic, it was called Canaan. Who lived in Canaan? Other people. Other people lived there. It wasn't just the Jews or Bani Israel, which you guys claim. That's the problem. You guys say we have the claim to the land, so screw everyone else's claim. We Muslims have been coexisting with the Jews for centuries, for decades. We brought them back to the land. Even Rabbi Shmuley today, I don't know if you saw the Piers Morgan episode, him and one Palestinian and another agnostic Jew, they were talking about what was going on. And Rabbi Shmuley, shape-shifty, unholy Shmuley, you know what he said?
Okay,
he said, let me finish, because you interrupted me so many times. Muslims saved us in Spain, and Muslims saved us in the Holy Land. They brought us back to the Holy Land, not once, twice. And then after that, I'm like, okay, unholy shape-shifty Shmuley. What happened after? You guys backstabbed the Muslims that helped you out. And then after you used
us like shit for a lot of the history.
No.
In a lot of places, the Muslims treat us like
there are many Jewish
scholars. My own great-grandfather, who you guys tried to kill in 1929.
Oh,
and he was not fighting. He was just studying in a yeshiva, and you guys came and tried to kill him. Okay, because you didn't.
What about what you guys were doing? You guys killed many civilians.
But you guys didn't control the land. You never controlled the land, so you can't control migration either, which is so ridiculous. Who are you to decide who can move there and who can't move there?
Who are you to kick us out of our land? Who are you?
We're not kicking you out.
That's what you did.
In Hebron, there was always Jews since the beginning of time. There was always
always Muslims, and there was always Muslims there
also
since the beginning of time.
Muslims did not exist. There was no such thing. Muhammad wasn't born. Muhammad was not born. He was still
interpretation of Islam. Islam basically means to submit to God.
He wasn't born.
Islam was not from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Look at the shit you say. How could you be Muslim before there's Islam? You're laughing yourself because you know how ridiculous it is.
I know what I'm saying because Islam, all the prophets were Muslim. The Quran is clear. Abraham,
no, it wasn't. They didn't know what Muslim was.
Was Abraham Jewish? Wait, hold on. Was Abraham Jewish or not? Was Abraham Prophet Ibrahim?
Yes, he was the first Jew.
He was not Jewish. He was not Jewish.
He was the first Jew.
The name Jew comes from Judy, the tribe. No,
Jew number one.
He was Muslim. He was Muslim. He was
just
not
like
Jew.
Muhammad was the first Muslim.
He was not the first Muslim.
Abraham was the first Jew.
Muslims were Muslim from before. Muslim is to submit to God, and in your books it's the same thing. Okay, nothing has changed. Adam was the first Muslim.
So you're occupying our religion. Bro, you're occupying our religion. How can you even complain? You guys are occupying our religion.
No, we don't occupy no religion. You changed the books. No, I'm talking about all the prophets, Jacob.
But you're stealing our book.
No, we're not stealing nothing.
And you're taking credit for it. You're taking credit for our book.
What's ironic? Okay, I have a question.
That Abraham was Muslim.
Yes, he was Muslim.
Wait, quiet. Quiet for a second. If you say that Abraham was Muslim, okay, when he was Jewish.
Yes, he was not Jewish.
What?
So
he was
not Jewish. No. Jewish. Where did this word come from? Where did this word come from? Jewish means the tribe of Judah, which is one of the children of Jacob from the 13 tribes. Ibrahim alayhi salam.
Okay. He was an Israelite. He was an Israelite.
He was an Israelite now. Interesting. Israel came from Jacob. How does that make sense? Make it make sense.
He's an Israelite.
Israel,
he was a man of the Jewish
Jacob.
faith. He was a man of the Jewish Bible.
He was not. First off, Ibrahim is the father of all three Abrahamic religions.
He spoke to God.
Yes, okay, he spoke to God.
Hebrew,
okay,
not in squibbly. He didn't talk to him in squibbly. He spoke to him in Hebrew. That's the first of all. He didn't talk to him in Arabic. He spoke to him in Hebrew. He prayed. He said, "Baruch atah Hashem." He said, Baruch, okay, when Moses came down from Sinai, he said, Baruch Shanatan Torah le'amo Yisrael. Thank you, God, for bringing the Torah to the people of Israel, not to the people of Muhammad or Islam.
No. And then when Moses went, what were his people doing? What were the people doing when he came back? They were worshiping a calf. You guys are not thankful. You guys are worshiping a calf.
Those are the Neturei Karta. Those are the Neturei Karta, the Arab Rav. You ever hear of Arab Rav?
Let me finish.
No. This is an important point. Yeah. Let me just give you some background. When we left Egypt, some people who weren't Jewish, they were Egyptian, they left with us. Okay, that's called the Arab Rav. The Arab Rav.
So they're not Jewish now. They're not from Beni Israel now. Now they're not children of Israel.
They've been pretending to be Jewish for forever.
They were pretending. Okay. That's a good one. Continue.
No, it's for real. It's in the Bible that you read. Okay, they left Egypt with us because they saw the miracles, they saw the strength of God. They wanted to be a part of it. Okay, but they weren't Jewish. They were just pretending they were Egyptian. They weren't from the tribes who were slaves.
They were, but continue. The Quran it says very clearly.
And that's the Neturei Karta.
That's polytheism. Okay, if you alive,
but you guys don't own polytheism.
No. Let me explain to you.
We became way before you.
The Muslims are all.
Yes.
The Arabs were monotheistic at the time.
No, the Arabs were pagan. You guys were
not always pagan. The Arabs were not always pagan.
You guys were pagan.
Ismail alayhi salam. No.
You were jealous of us.
I'm not jealous.
Alhamdulillah,
I'm Muslim. I'm not jealous. You guys are jealous.
No,
you guys are scared of us Muslims and Islam.
You're
scared of Muslims.
Stole our culture, and now you're trying to steal our land.
You guys are the killers of. No, first of all, it's not your land, not your religion. Second of all,
you guys killed.
You changed it. Then you will prostrate and you will do sujood like the Muslims, because that's what all the prophets did. They prostrated, they fasted, they didn't change their religion, they didn't add stuff like you guys did.
We still
you
fast.
guys are the killers of the prophets.
We still fast.
You killed Prophet Zechariah. You killed Prophet John the Baptist, and you killed Prophet Yahya alayhi salam. That's what you guys did. You guys are known as
They're not prophets. These are fake prophets.
Why? Because he stood against you guys. He called you guys on your BS.
God did not give the Bible to the people of Arabia. He gave the power.
He gave the Quran to us. He gave the Quran to us. Number one.
No, he didn't.
Okay. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No,
because he saw.
Muhammad wrote it with his Jewish wife.
Wait. No. Wait, the Prophet Muhammad could not read or write. Did you know that? And I have another question.
He was retarded.
I have another question.
So he was retarded.
Do not call my prophet retarded. Yeah, Ben Zona. Do not call my prophet retarded. Ben Zona. Okay?
You can't read
Your
right.
people are the he couldn't read and write, but that's the miracle in it. Prove the Quran wrong. You guys could not prove the Quran wrong to this day. They could not prove it wrong. And plus, why were there a lot of Jews in Medina? Don't you ask yourself? Why were there a lot of Jews in Medina? Why were they in that land when the Prophet Muhammad came? Because they knew there was going to be a prophet from the Arabs.
Because a lot of Medina is part. A lot of Arabia is part of the ancient lands of Judea. It's very close.
It's not. No. Of course. Everything is part of Israel.
Under the kingdom of Solomon, we had half of Saudi Arabia.
انا قاعد بحكي مع واحد يهودي يا زلمه تسفين على الازعاج. See what you did. You woke up my cousin. You freaking Benzona. Anyway, so let me explain something to you. First off, don't insult my prophet. This is a red line. If you insult my prophet, we're gonna have a boxing match. Because I love the Prophet Muhammad more than anyone on this earth. Anyone who insults him, I don't care if he's a Hindu or a Jew or an atheist, we're gonna have an issue. We're gonna have a boxing match. Okay? So tread carefully when it comes to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, tread carefully. I'm being dead ass with you, man. We are not like here in the West. You can make fun of Jesus and you can make fun of all the prophets and get away with it like nothing. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for me, I'm willing to die for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
You said he couldn't read.
Be careful. Okay, first off, he was illiterate. The miracle, that's the miracle. That's why the Quran came down. Because a man who's illiterate, how is he gonna know the Bible and the Torah? And the Jews and the pagan Arabs challenged him when he went to Jerusalem and he got the 5 prayers and all of that, and he passed the challenge. And there are a lot of Jews in Medina that converted to Islam before he became a superpower, right? And let me ask you another thing. There's a prophecy. If you want, after this podcast, I will send it to you. The Jews went to Medina because they said there will be a prophet that will come from the land of Kedar. The land of Kedar is in the old days in Hebrew means Arabia. Means
just Muhammad.
Kedar, not Khaybar. And we will get to Khaybar. You know, yes, and I agree what the prophet did in Khaybar. What Prophet Muhammad did in Khaybar was justified because you guys betrayed him, like you betrayed the other prophets. You betrayed.
No, we wrote him a letter. He just couldn't read it.
No. And listen, again, if you insult the prophet one more time, I'm not joking, bro. You know, me and you have a cultural relationship. If you insult my prophet one more time, I challenge you to a boxing match. I swear to God. I'm not joking. We're gonna have a boxing match.
Do you know how to fight?
We're gonna have a boxing. Of course, I know how to fight. Place to do the boxing match in Union Square. Anybody who insults the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, including you.
Okay, fine.
Fuck you up.
But am I allowed to say? Am I allowed to say he can't read? I could say he couldn't read, though. That's true.
Okay, that's true. But you're making fun of the prophet indirectly. You could say he doesn't know how to read, but do not attack my prophet. Our prophet doesn't know how to read, but he was the smartest man, best man on earth. He was able to bring Islam and reform Arabia and make the Arabs a modern monotheistic people and put us back on monotheism. So before I attack my prophet,
I don't need it. Okay. I'm sorry for insulting the prophet. I shouldn't have done that. I was just joking around.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just fucking around. But I'm saying,
I'm just warning you because you say you respect Arabs and Muslims. Do not attack our prophet. Our prophet is a red line. And if you were in the West Bank or any Muslim country and you insulted the prophet, they would chop your head off with all due respect. So respect our prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay?
Religion. Sounds like a violent religion.
No, man. We just respect our values. Just like in America, you can't.
No, but I'm saying is okay. Well, the point I'm trying to make.
No. Wait. Before, if I come to you and I call your mom a sharmuta, what do you think is gonna happen? Let's use our brain here. If I call your mom a benzona or sharmuta, what's gonna happen? You're gonna respect me or no? Or you're gonna beat the crap out of me?
No, I would.
Exactly. Okay. So
but
our prophet is more better than your mom. Okay, that's what.
Okay, but no. First of all, but if the prophet couldn't read and I just said he couldn't read, if my mom couldn't read and I said your mom couldn't read, I'll be like, yes, you can't read.
Okay, he couldn't read. He was illiterate. That's a historical fact. But that's the miracle of the Quran.
It's different than calling someone who's a sharmuta that's not a sharmuta is. You deserve to get smacked. But if you call someone who can't read, you say you can't read it. Like that's
okay. That's true. He couldn't read, but that's the miracle in the Quran. People to this day, they can't find one contradiction in the Quran. Do you know how many miracles is in the Quran? Do you know the Quran basically said that in the ocean, the water does not mix. The rivers and the water does not mix. There's a barrier between in the ocean. I encourage you to read the Quran, Mr. Yoni, to read Surah Al-Rahman and read about the miracles of the Quran, because unfortunately the Quran is proving us right. You know what it says? It says that Bani Israel, they're arrogant and they're going to spread corruption in the world, which you guys have done with interest and usury, and which you guys have done.
You guys have also spread a lot of corruption. You guys bought.
No, we did not spread any corruption.
Yeah, you did. Who's buying off Eric Adams right now?
Israel buys Eric Adams. Israel is the primary.
No, he's being charged for Turkey.
No, I mean, Turkey. They just told him to fix the building. That's it. They didn't tell him, kiss our hand. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Yoni. Mr. Yoni. Let's be, extra
in
serious.
New York City, you guys are what?
Wait, Mr. Yoni, let's be extra serious here. I have a question for you since we're gonna talk about.
Wait, I want to ask you one thing though.
Yes. Ask.
Let's say, how could you be that you can't read and you're the smartest man in the world?
Okay, Mr. Yoni, you asked a brilliant question. Okay, Yoni, if I come to you and I can't read, right? Let's put that aside. And I predict certain things, and these things happen. or I say certain things and they occur, or I'm correct, does it make it a miracle? So let's say someone can't read, right? Let's say someone can't read and they make a time machine, or they tell you something, that's gonna happen and it happens. That they're smart. And if they say things that occur, so I encourage you to read the Quran, Yoni. So you could know at least know your enemy. At least know your enemy. If I want to know my enemy, I have to read the Torah and the Talmud to at least
you read the
understand
Torah
my
and the
enemy.
Talmud.
I mean, I'm starting to. I have to understand. I have to understand. The Quran tells us.
Let's do a Zoom once a week. Let's do a Zoom once a week. I teach you Talmud. I teach you no. I teach you Tanakh and you teach me Quran.
No problem, man. That's no problem.
Let's go.
And also, just so you know, Mr. Yoni, the Quran has a lot of miracles. I encourage people to read it and to challenge it. The Quran says to think. You know what was the first word in the Quran that was brought down? The first word, Iqra. Iqra. That was the first word in the Quran that was brought down. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read in the name of your Lord who created you from a clot of blood. Read. So at the end of the day, Mr. Yoni, I encourage you to read the Quran because the Quran calls out your people's BS. It calls out the Jews and children of Israel and anybody who support it.
But do you know why it could do that? Because we existed when the Quran was written. See how that works?
And the Quran challenged you existed, but you didn't follow the rules and the regulations.
The Torah doesn't mention Muslims because they didn't exist.
Can I ask you a question? Mr. Yoni? Let me ask you a question. Because I'm around my people right now. What does Israel mean in Hebrew? What does it mean in Hebrew?
Israel.
It means to rebel against God. Did you know that? To wrestle with God. Yes. It's according to the Hebrew dictionary. Yeah, but why are you shape-shifting, bro? That's what it means. That's what it means. Yeah, okay, but what does Israel mean in Hebrew? It means to rebel against God. To wrestle with God. To wrestle with God.
To be with God.
In your book, it says that Jacob, which is Israel, wrestled with God and he won. Basically saying that you're God.
No, we're not saying that we're God.
I mean, that's what Rabbi Shapeshifty Shmuley said.
Shmuley said that?
Yes. I could send you the video. And he said he loves to drink Christian blood. You know that?
Said that?
What do you think about that? Yes.
Honestly, I don't support Rabbi Shmuley. I'll say 100%.
Okay, I know he's a crazy, but I bring him up because
also it's like he said on his own thing. He said that that Islam is the religion of peace. We both know that's not true.
It's the religion. Okay, let's cut it. Islam is a religion of submission, to submit. It's Islam. If you read the Arabic, right?
Yeah.
Islam, right? It's from the root word is taslim, meaning submission. Every religion means to submit to God. For example, you're a Jew. Do you submit to God or no?
Do I submit to God?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not a violent religion. Islam, okay,
it doesn't mean it's peaceful. Submission does not mean peace.
Wait, hold on. I'm submitting to God. I'm submitting to God.
That you're equal with
I go
God.
pray in the mosque. Wait, listen. I go and I pray in the mosque. Is someone putting a gun to my head to go pray in the mosque 5 times a day? Is someone putting a gun to my head to fast Ramadan? No, I'm doing it because I want to go to heaven, because I want to submit to God, submit to my Creator.
Did someone put a gun to my head for not using my phone on Shabbat?
Okay, so you're submitting to God. This means to submit. Yeah. It's like listening to your parents.
Okay, fine, but I'm saying is we both know that Islam is not the religion of peace. There's no such thing as the religion of peace, because both, if anything, in Islam and in Judaism, it talks about how to deal with your enemy, right? In this
Islam is the same thing. Islam is the same thing.
I know. So it's not, if anything, Jesus was the one who was like, oh, I love everybody, blah, blah, blah. I love my enemy. Judaism and Islam don't do that.
With the Christians, they're a little bit BS, because Jesus said, I will come with the sword at the end. Just so
I
you
know.
In
the Crusades, they forget about the Crusades. Yeah.
Wait, I have a question for you. After the Crusades,
wait. Let me stay on point. Yeah. Okay. In this week, I went to synagogue. We read Parshat Zachor, where it talked about how we should deal with Amalek. Okay.
Why can't I hear you, bro?
You can't hear me?
I hear you, but your face is okay. Now good. Now you're good. Continue. What were you saying? Continue. Okay. Now you're good.
This week in the synagogue, they spoke about how to deal with Amalek.
Amalek. Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Okay. Wait. In Islam, they also tell you how to deal with your enemy and how to fight and to conquer and to spread Islam and through jihad and how to treat the infidel.
Yeah.
These two, both Judaism and Islam are the religion of peace. Okay.
Mm.
Real religion knows that there's no such thing as kumbaya, peace all the time. You're gonna have enemies.
You're gonna have war. Yes, that's a fact.
Jews throughout history were very successful. We make a lot of money. People want to come and kill us. They hate us.
It's not just that, my dude. See, that's the problem.
It's also that.
But you guys did some stuff against God. You guys in some parts of your,
we did do some stuff against God too.
Like for example,
people loved our culture. They wanted to steal our culture. The Romans wanted to take our religion. The Greeks.
The Romans forced down paganism. Paganism. What are you talking about? The Roman Empire forced down paganism. They tried to force paganism down. Because you were monotheistic. Because you lived in one God. It's not. That's the problem with you guys.
We had better families.
I have to be more specific. We have to be more specific. They didn't hate you because of your culture. They hated back in the day the children of Israel because they believed in one God. Because everybody wanted
the only ones who believed. We were
at
the
that
only
time.
ones who
Yes,
believed in one God.
but the problem with you
guys—that's our culture. We were the only monotheistic culture in the world. They hated us for it.
That's not true. But as a civilization, yes. Like if you were going to say as a government, as a political force, yes. Children of Israel. Before Islam, before Christianity was the monotheist in the area. Yes, Islam was always there, but I'm saying as a civilization, and the Quran is clear about this. If you read the Quran, it says, "Oh Prophet David, we appointed you as a caliph in humanity, to be just, to rule with justice." So this is the problem with Israel today. Israel is not ruling.
So you admit that we were there before you?
No, I admit that Prophet David.
And the Quran admits it. The Quran even admits it. That's what we're saying.
The Quran, there's nuance. That's the problem with you people. You just want to pick and choose. The Quran says that Prophet David was appointed to rule with justice in the land. Because the kingdom of Israel was the first, if you read the history books, one of the first monotheistic kingdoms, meaning in politics, politically.
Ever. Not one of the first.
The first, yes. But we're gonna talk about DNA. My people go back to that lineage also. And
so plus, you guys come from Arabia.
No, we don't just come from Arabia. The people in Hashem are mixed, because my family are from the Levant area. Okay, that's your problem. And also the problem, the Quran, which I encourage you to read. I encourage you to read.
But that's the thing.
It talks about.
Now you believe in the Quran. You probably were Erev Rav.
What?
You were one of the people who flee to Egypt that they didn't stay in line.
No. We always stay in line. The Muslims always stay in line. The difference between us and you is that we listen to our prophets.
You converted to something else.
No. The problem is the Jewish tribes. You guys did not stay on Sirat al-Mustaqim. You guys shapeshifted somewhere, and then you guys changed the books and added stuff. That doesn't make sense. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Yoni.
You guys wrote a whole new book.
We didn't write a whole new book. This is the final revelation from God. Again, and I challenge you to find one contradiction in the Quran. You won't be able to.
That's all he was
No, and that's the problem with
he's not like J.K. Rowling. It's not Harry Potter every 2 years.
You guys just don't want to admit.
God gives his book in its perfection. That's why, because if God gives a book in its perfection, he doesn't need a number 2 and a number 3. Because the first one's perfect, it's delicious.
So let me ask you a question. In your book, the Torah, which you guys have corrupted, interest, what do you think about interest? Is interest good or bad? Usury. Is it good or bad? Okay, so how come in the Torah you guys changed it and you guys said that between Jews, you guys don't give interest, but with the Goy you give interest? Why?
We're trying to do business internationally.
No, because you guys, that's how you destroy civilizations. That's how you destroy nations. And unfortunately, I have to do a disclaimer here.
You don't have to take a loan. I'm not even defending interest. I do not work in interest. I do not give loans in interest. Okay. And also, it happens to be that throughout a lot of Jewish civilization, the reasons why they worked in interest is because they weren't allowed to work in any other things.
Okay, we get that there's nuance. I understand there's nuance. It's not like so everything is the
Jews. That Jews decided
I'm not saying everything.
We're good at whatever we do. Whatever we do, we're good.
Okay, I understand. Listen for a second. We have to do a disclaimer. I'm not saying everything is the Jews, because the kings of Europe forced the Jews to deal with interest because they weren't allowed to work in other industries. However, the reason why the Jews were kicked out of multiple nations is because of interest. And there are rabbis that I listen to.
We had nothing. We got no choice. We can't look at anything else.
Listen. Let me finish. There are some rabbis that could even send you videos because I know what I'm saying. I cover my butt before I say this. That say that in Germany, again, I have to do another disclaimer. I condemn the Holocaust. I condemn what Hitler did. But there's a rabbi. He said what led to the Holocaust is that there was a lot of Jewish rich elite that were not religious that were involved in pornography and interest and usury. And then Hitler used that as fuel for the Germans to hate the Jews. Again, we're not saying the Holocaust is justified. It's never justified.
And there's a lot of Muslims who do a lot of bad shit, like Al-Qaeda and 9/11 and ISIS.
Well, we could get to that, but we condemn terrorism.
Okay, I'm not saying that Jews don't have problems within their community. Yeah, there's fucking a lot of pieces of shit Jews. You know what? Fuck Epstein. Fuck Weinstein.
Thank you.
I don't stand by them.
But now it's 10:52. Let's go back to our main point.
Fuck Ehud Barak. Okay. Fuck Olmert. Fuck all these people. And you know what? My theory is that actually Ehud Barak and Olmert gave the Palestinians such a great deal, such a phenomenal deal, because they had Epstein.
And then they took him out, and then Olmert was taken out over corruption.
Because of the Epstein file. And Arafat was so stubborn, he wouldn't even take it. Like, that's how fucking stubborn he was.
Okay, so now let's go back.
They got these guys. Listen, let me finish.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but hold on a second.
They got these guys sleeping with minors. Okay, they use it to give the Palestinians the best fucking deal imaginable. Such a good deal.
We could talk about
against it. Such a good deal. I would be against it. And Arafat, that fucking brickhead fuck, okay, that towel head, that worm, said no.
Okay, we could talk about the mistakes of the Palestinian leadership. I don't mind talking about that because I have my own problems with Arafat and Palestinian leadership, especially today. But right now it's 10:53. I think we need to do this weekly because we can't cover everything because the live ends at 11:15. So let's go back to the main points. So we could, get this get everything moving. So let me ask you a question, Mr. Yoni. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe in freedom of speech or no? Simple question. Do you believe in freedom of speech? Okay. So let me ask you. Yes, I know. Let me finish. You spoke. We're gonna get to the meat of the hamburger now. Okay, the meat of the shish kebab.
Yes, I believe in freedom of speech.
Okay. Now let me ask you a question. Let's be honest here. You have Nazis in America, correct? Nazis are garbage people, right? But they have the right to be Nazis, right? Correct?
Are they citizens or on a green card?
They're citizens. Okay, they're citizens. Okay, listen. Let me get to the point because we don't have enough time. So let me ask you a question. Hypothetically speaking, let's say you have somebody. They go in the middle of the street, right? They say, "I support the H group." I don't want to say the name because right now things are very sensitive right now. But you know which
they
group
deserved October 7th in the early in the stream.
That's just my opinion. I mean, but I have the American passport, so I could say that. But my point. If someone goes and they say, I support the H group, but, because I read the law is very clear, unless they give material support. So for example, let's use me as an example, right? Let's say I go in the street, I say, I support H group, and that's it, right? Technically, that doesn't violate the law. However, if I say I support H group and I sell, let's say, Sinwar's brother $10,000, and I give him weapons and I give him the know-how on drones and stuff like that I go to jail for that. I go to prison. Because I am supporting, according to American law, whether I agree with it or disagree with it, American law says the H group is a terrorist organization, and anyone who gives them material support goes to jail because you are helping a terrorist organization. This is American law I'm giving you. Now, let me ask you a question. Let's think of this legally, okay? And don't give any BS. Give a serious answer because we got 20 minutes left and we have to make the best of it. If someone, let's say you're at a protest, someone says, I support the H group. Is this protected constitutionally by the First Amendment or no? Give me your opinion.
And they say I support the H group.
Yes.
Is it protected by the Constitution?
By the First Amendment.
By the First
Constitution.
Amendment?
Yes.
I think it depends on the context.
Okay, so for example, let me give you a scenario. Someone comes to you, they say the Palestinians have the right to defend themselves, and I support what the H group is doing against Israel because they are defending themselves. But they don't give any material support. That's the difference. So
I think that could be defended. I think if it's more like
Oh my God, you're frozen again. Wait, repeat what you said. You were frozen for a little bit. Explain what you said again.
I think these stuff really goes down to the context. I think if you just say I support them, so that it's not enough to really lock someone up in jail, even though I think it's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm fully against
but Yoni, the purpose of the first yes. Continue.
I would actually think that that if you say I support Hamas and then you say globalized intifada, I think that's worse. That's
okay. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let's break it down. Again, we have to think about this from the First Amendment. What's the line in the First Amendment? If, for example, I come to you, Yoni, I say I'm gonna call someone from H group to get rid of you, that violates the First Amendment. Correct?
Of course.
Okay. So let's speak as a constitutionalist, because you are an American citizen. I'm an American citizen. We believe in the First Amendment. So let me get to the cut to the chase, as they say. Mahmoud Khalil, right? You could disagree with him. That's fine. I'm not saying you have to agree with him. It's America. But this person, he's a green card holder, which, what does that mean, a green card holder? They have the same exact rights as a citizen, but they cannot vote. So did the Trump administration...
Now, a green card holder is you don't actually necessarily have all your constitutional rights.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think you have the right to free speech.
That does not make any sense. America, we have the right. We have the First Amendment right.
He's not an American citizen. He's not protected.
But doesn't America hold itself that they believe in the Constitution? Correct? Correct or not correct? Because what you're doing, this is the problem right now, Mr. Yoni. This case will set precedent. It's a boomerang. Today, the Palestinians or the pro-Palestine movement is at the edge of the chopping block. Tomorrow, it could be your people. Let's say tomorrow, because I read recent polls, that Israel is not as popular as it used to be in 2000. The next generation...
It's actually gotten more popular in the last few months.
No. I'll give you the article. It says in the last 24 years, it's at its lowest. But my point, I'm just giving you
actually, if you look at it, ever since the ceasefire deal, when the Hamas was parading around the hostages, Israel actually gained a lot of support.
Okay, but hold on a second. Let's get to the point because we have 15 minutes left.
And the Beboss family was
okay. So I have a question for you. As a matter of principle, because I'm a principled person, right? I believe that anybody, for example, if someone says, they go on the street and they say death to Palestine, let's say, and they say screw Palestinians and screw the sand beeps, I would be against it, but that's freedom of speech. That's his right to say it.
Of course.
Okay. But you guys, the people who support Trump in this move are hypocrites because you guys aren't supporting the First Amendment. Now,
it's way different. It's way different.
Okay, explain.
Because you're not just saying screw Palestine. You're giving. Okay. Do you think that if forget Hamas, let's say Mahmoud Khalil or a different green card holder swore allegiance to ISIS, do you think he should be deported?
When it comes to ISIS, I mean, if he's supporting ISIS and he's doing all these bad things and he's a threat, deport him. Yes. But I have to prove it in the court of law. But you have to go to court. But you have to go to court. There's not even a... Okay, but in America... No. There's a big difference. Hamas never attacked America one time. Can you tell me a situation in history where Hamas attacked America or they're a threat to America? Why are they designated as a terrorist organization? Yeah, screw ISIS. I'm against ISIS.
When did ISIS attack America?
In Louisiana, they attacked America.
That's true.
And they killed American troops. Yes. So let me tell you something.
Okay, fine, but there's Hamas supporters causing a lot of domestic terrorism.
Okay, if again, these people, you get rid of them. Anyone who attacks America, I don't care if you're Arab, Israeli, Chinese, Russian, alien.
Say he didn't do anything illegal. He occupied buildings.
That's protesting. That's protesting. Did he kill somebody?
He doesn't have the right to. He's not a citizen.
What do you mean? But we, America, say, correct? That's the debate. Because green card holders, technically, okay, they're residents. I know they're not the same as citizens. But we hold ourselves to a high standard that we believe in freedom. Generally, if you're in America or the West, don't you believe?
I believe in freedom for citizens. I don't believe in freedom for everybody.
But if you're in America, don't you have the right to say whatever you want? Like, for example, why aren't we in North Korea?
If you're a citizen, yes. His wife can do whatever she wants. He can't.
Okay, but my question to you is this: then, can this go against citizens? Then, so for example, tomorrow, let's say we have a president that he's pro-Palestine or she's pro-Palestine, and they say no more pro-Israel propaganda. It's Islamophobic. I would be against that because we need debate to happen in America. The reason why America...
No, but okay, but it's way different. If you also, What he's being deported for is what I'm pretty sure is what I read.
But you need to prove it. You have to go in the court of law. They have to have a hearing.
Zionists
You need to have a hearing.
He said
Okay,
Zionists don't deserve to live.
Okay, that's why you have a hearing. You have to go to court. Let's say you guys are right, hypothetically. That's why you have to go to court. You have to show that in America.
I know I'm right. If KKK members were coming to America, okay, you would say the same thing as what I'm saying right now.
I mean, KKK, they're a domestic problem, but my thing is, right, that's the debate. It's about freedom of speech.
If neo-Nazis were coming to America and terrorizing the Muslim community or whatever,
yeah, there would be an issue, okay? But then they have to go to court. At the end, you go to court. Everyone has their day in court. And then if they're guilty, they're guilty. They're innocent, they're innocent. He doesn't deserve his day in court. If he's a citizen,
according
to the law, this is in the law. You could even Google it. You have to, if you want to revoke someone's green card, visa's different. Visa's easy to revoke because they're not citizen. But if you're a green card, you have to holder. You have to go. Okay, I understand that. But if they're a green card holder, they have to go to court and they have to prove. That's why America's
great. If you're not a citizen,
because
in our court system.
No, in green card, if you have a green card, you also have to go to court. That's the law. I'm serious. I'm not joking. You could Google it yourself. But
I don't think in all cases. I don't think in all cases.
Let me ask you a question.
I think that's in case I think of going to jail. But in the case of deportation, I think he could just be deported.
Okay. Let's take it a step further. If I criticize Israel, that's up to you. If I criticize Israel, am I anti-Semitic or no? Can I criticize Israel without being anti-Semitic?
Depends what you. Okay, if you say Israel,
for example, if I'm against the Israeli government, if I say screw Netanyahu or what Israel's doing,
that's not genocide.
That's the problem with the legislation that Trump is pushing, right? Like, for example, let me give you an easy example.
If you say Israel doesn't have the right to exist, then yes, that's anti-Semitic.
Okay, what if I say Palestine doesn't have the right to exist? Is that Islamophobic?
What?
See how it goes both ways?
No, it does not.
Yes, it is. See, that's the difference. You guys don't have the same standards. I'm not saying
Syria doesn't have the right to exist. I'm not saying Jordan, because
but you're saying Palestine. Palestine is a Muslim Arab country.
Let me finish. I'm not saying Saudi Arabia doesn't have the right to exist. Israel is the only Jewish country in the world. Okay? So when you say that Israel doesn't have the right to exist, it's like saying Jews don't have the right to have a country. Because that's what you're saying, basically.
Okay, I have a question for you. There's nuance here. We don't believe that Israel by itself has the right to the land. Israel right now is facts on the ground. I'm not saying it's not. This is my philosophy.
You could say that. You could say they want you. They should take the country somewhere else. But if you say that Israel doesn't have the right to exist, period, as a country, anti-Semitic. Yes.
Okay, but if America passes a law tomorrow that you cannot criticize Saudi Arabia because it's Islamophobic, what do you think about that?
I think it's silly.
It's stupid because Saudi Arabia doesn't represent all Muslims and Islam. It's a country. A country can make mistakes.
Israel does.
But
there's no other Jewish country.
Not all but not all Jews believe in Israel. Like, for example,
99% do.
No, bro, that's cap. It's maybe 60%, 70%, but not 90%.
Bro, 50% of Jews live in Israel. Well, there's 15 million Jews in the world. Okay.
Okay, I understand, but you can't say 90%.
Okay.
You can't say 90%. Maybe
60%. And most Jews abroad, most Jews in New York, most Jews in LA, you see a few crazies at your protest, but by and large, you go to these Jewish neighborhoods, Teaneck, Brooklyn, Flatbush, wherever there's a Jewish neighborhood, you'll see Israeli
Gardens, Forest Hills.
Jews in Israel are wonderful.
But they don't all think the same. There are Israelis on the right, they're on the left, they're center. You know, like for example, you guys go further a little bit. Any Jew who criticizes Israel, you guys call him a self-hating Jew. That's like me calling someone a self-hating Muslim for criticizing Saudi Arabia.
Israel. It's any Jew that says Israel does not have the right to exist. Every Jew criticizes Israel. I criticize Israel.
Hold on a second.
I hate the Israeli Supreme Court.
If I say I want a two-state solution, Israel exists. Is that anti-Semitic?
No.
Okay, but according to the law, if I criticize Israel, this is Trump's new regulation. Anybody who criticizes Israel, okay, what? Explain the new law. What's the requirements? Because they're saying everyone who protests against Israel on college campus is pro-H group, and I could tell you from experience, No, bro, not everyone in. Trust me, not everyone in the protest supports.
They don't fly Hamas flags within our lifetime.
Okay, let's say you're right. They are expressing their freedom of speech. You could fly the Nazi flag, right? I'm not saying to do it, but you can. Do you believe in freedom of speech or not? Let's say they're all citizens and they hold the Hamas flag. Let's say that's freedom of speech. Are they killing somebody? Are they saying I'm gonna kill you or something like that? That's what changes everything. You understand what I'm saying? You understand?
You know what I'm saying? But they are, okay, first of all, at the end of the day, most people who support the Palestinian cause do support Hamas too, because the government of Palestine is Hamas, okay?
In Gaza, yes. In Gaza, yes.
In Gaza. So if you're a real supporter of Gaza, I saw even, what's his name? Hadi Nasrallah wrote on Twitter, okay?
Yes.
That people who, he wrote himself on Twitter, he said that people who say they support Palestine and they don't support Hamas are full of shit.
Okay, first of all, this Hadi Nasrallah guy needs to shut the hell up. I need to have him on one day. But anyway, bro, we have 8-9 minutes left.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's dead. I don't know who's still tweeting from his account, but
no, he's alive. I don't know he's dead.
No, he died.
I think he's alive.
That was Nasrallah's son they killed 20 years ago.
Oh, there's another guy named Nasrallah. He's whatever. Anyway, my point, because we have 5 minutes left, I think we need to have another podcast.
True. It's true. He's like, how could you say you support Palestine but you don't support the resistance?
I mean, generally you have to support the resistance that's fighting against the occupation. Now, again, bro.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Everyone who really supports Palestine supports Hamas.
Mm-hmm. They support the resistance that's against Israel. Yeah,
which is Hamas.
Just like, wait, hold on a second. So, using your logic, the people who fought in the American Revolution, anyone who support the British called the Americans who fought the revolution terrorists. Are we terrorists for supporting our founding fathers for getting freedom from the British? That's number one. Number two, okay.
No, but it's different. They didn't do the things that Hamas did. No, they didn't do the things that Hamas did.
Hamas mostly they attack military targets.
And Israel just wanted freedom. Hamas wants to kill all the Jews.
That's not true, bro.
They want a Muslim caliphate.
They want a Palestinian state, bro. Most of them want a Palestinian state to control their own destiny. You're not going to destroy Israel.
Okay, fine. But they don't want historically. They don't want a two-state solution. After October 7th, there's a Hamas terrorist. He got on the phone with his dad. Okay, and he killed people in Kfar Aza, and he said, "I just killed 10 settlers." He didn't say Israelis, and he wasn't in Judea and Samaria.
It was inside.
He wasn't in the Golan Heights. Yeah. He was in. Where they are. That's recognized Israel by everybody.
Okay, I have a question for you. Wait, okay, let's say you're correct. If anyone kills civilians, I condemn that. Do you condemn the Israeli soldiers that were stealing on tape belongings of Palestinians and killing civilians and babies and children, and they were putting it on tape? Because you guys have two different standards, one for your own army and one for Hamas. So your army, they published war crimes of themselves doing war crimes, destroying houses, buildings, killing civilians, shooting at civilians for fun. There's mountains of videos. Do you condemn your army for doing war crimes? I can condemn right now on tape, which this is being recorded. I condemn Hamas if they did any war crimes. I condemn that. Okay. Do you condemn your army for doing war crimes? Do you condemn your army for doing war crimes?
Which war crime have they done?
Destroying houses, the blockade, killing civilians.
Okay. From what I understand is.
Yes. So now you're gonna give your army cover. See the difference?
No. Let me tell you. If I thought they did a war crime, I would say it. But I'm saying to destroy houses, to me, it's not a war crime because they said they destroyed every single house that had weapons and it had an association with Hamas. Okay.
So let me flip it then. I could flip it. I could be like, Hamas, they killed those 10 settlers because they were close to the IDF. They were in the Israeli army. Or they were close to a military base. Therefore, it's justified.
They killed people who had nothing to do with that. They killed Filipinos. They killed people that had nothing to do with Israel.
And
they just released Filipino hostages last week.
Yes.
They're not IDF.
They're not IDF. Okay,
not all Palestinians are Hamas. Who are not IDF.
Not all Palestinians are Hamas. They're civilians.
They killed the baby. Is the baby IDF?
No. Okay. Are Palestinian babies Hamas? Are Palestinian women Hamas? Okay, and no, Israeli.
But the difference is they're human shields.
No, give me one evidence. See, that's your problem, bro. This human shield thing has not been proven, bro. I mean, Hamas has what? 6 arms? They're taking people like left and right in bulk, using them as human. Come on, bro. Talk serious, bro.
Hamas kills a lot of.
Okay, we need to have a separate episode because right now it's 11:11. The stream ends at 11:15. Do you have any last words for the stream, for the Zoom?
Great television.
I mean, it is great television, but going forward, bro, because we're gonna end it with this. Do not insult the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I take that very personally. And next time you insult him, I'm serious, bro. We're gonna have a boxing match. We're gonna have a problem. Okay? I'm being dead serious. You could talk about anything, could insult me, you could, make fun of me, that's no problem. But if you insult the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have a big problem. I'm gonna challenge you to a boxing match. I'm being dead serious. So next time you're gonna insult the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we're gonna have a legal boxing match, and it's not gonna be good for you, okay? But in conclusion, we need to have another episode between me and you, because but this time we have to do everything in chronological order.
He occupied the ring. It was an occupation
match.
No,
don't worry. Your buttocks is gonna be diddled in the boxing match.
He gave me a bunch of jabs. It was a genocide. It was a jabicide. He gave me a jabicide over here. Oh my god.
So at the end, let me just end the recording right now. I'm gonna post this on YouTube tomorrow. You have a record of it. I have a record of it, and I'm with my people right now. So talk to you later.
I think I was live the whole time.
You were live. That's fine. Yo, shut the fuck up. See, I have these Palestinian cousins. They said free Israel, so screw them. Yeah, see, look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at. Hey.
Marhaba, habibi.
Yeah.